Yeah, what's happening? This your boy Q the Truth from the Marijuana Minutes podcast. I got my boy Trap.
Gang.
And you know we got Jackie Bear in the building.
What's up, y'all?
All right, we back. This is episode 12. We also got some special guests in the building. We got Rosie over here. Rosie, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
That's good. Got Ash. Ash, how you doing over there?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
That's good. Marvin, how you going?
Hello.
That's right, Marv the Martian. I like that. I still like that. I'm gonna say it. I still gonna say it. All right, man. And welcome to episode 12 of the Marijuana Minutes podcast, man. I want to start off by asking everybody, Trap, Jackie Bear, how y'all week was?
My week was super lit, boy. It's birthday month out here. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother shut it down.
Did anybody spring a leak while out partying this weekend?
I don't think anybody did, but if we want to start exposing stuff, we can start talking about it. I don't want to do you like that in public, but I will if I'm
just asking a question.
Feel
Wait
me?
a minute.
Question you told on yourself.
No. It's not even that.
Not to the world. I told y'all.
No. Listen. You was out with a bunch of people yesterday, and there was alcohol involved. And I'm just asking, did anyone get too intoxicated that they possibly couldn't hold their urine or bowels? I'm just asking.
Urine or bowels? There was people throwing fluids all over the place. But if we're gonna do this, Q, do you remember me cleaning up your fluids? If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it.
We did talk about it.
I already told my story at Duke House, but I don't have a story of
it don't matter about your story or my story. What matters is
how was your week then, bro?
My week was fire. It was lit. My sister got kicked out the club. I didn't, but I should have been. And then my homegirl, she ran in the club. My sister almost stabbed somebody. She has a knife in her comb because that's how we roll. It looks like a comb, but there's a knife in it. And then my homeboy threw up on the bench and was looking on he's laying out there, but that's Fort Lauderdale. So if you guys are in Florida, come on through and we will get you in a different rotation.
Gang. Jackie Bear, how was your week?
It was nowhere near as lit as his. I mean, in comparison, it was quite calm and quite tame. But I thought I had a little fun this week. But yeah, nothing like that.
I will say, every time I talk to Trap and he has a great weekend, I really feel like I need to be like 17, 18, 19 again. Like he be living life, bro. I can't be mad at my dog. We make a lot of jokes with Trap, but Trap is the epitome to somebody who I really think lives their life and do what the fuck they want to do. The nigga spend all the time at the beach. He goes where he wants. He spends what he wants. He do what he wants. So the boy is happy, and I can't be mad.
Legendary is what the word is you're looking for.
I mean, I don't want to throw the L word around lesbian. I mean, legendary. Excuse me. Ash, how was your week?
It's been good. I guess like a lot of insights lately.
Positive vibes.
Always.
That's good. How about you, Marvin?
Good. I just came home from vacation with my boyfriend, so that was good, and it was something I really needed.
Where'd y'all go?
Virginia, Williamsburg, Virginia. Yeah, it was really cool. We had a good time. We ate right on the water. It was perfect. It was something I really needed. We were away from the kids. We have never been away, just the two of us, since we've been together on vacation like that without the kids, and it was so needed. So yeah.
Excuse me, y'all. Smoking on some good gas. Roll up, listen up, stay caught up. Remember that. Rosie, how was your week?
Yeah, I had a great week. I have had a lot of aha moments. Through my spiritual journey this week, learned a lot and whatnot. Had a time of reflection and stuff. But I've met new people that I'm excited to work with and excited to get our new journey going. It'll be really fun. Yeah, that sounds so good. You just gave me, I love that energy exchange right there. Because my cup is not full right now, Diane, and you just filled it. Love it. You guys caught me in a moment. Sorry, I had to go outside and smoke some weed. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. If you got it, roll it. Our guests are on the show today. and they're actually promoting a new podcast we're going to get to in a minute here. But they actually are here today to talk to us along the lines of spirituality and how it pertains to marijuana, and how a lot of people use marijuana to, you know, tap into a what would I say, like a deeper spiritual realm? Is that the right wording for that?
Well,
absolutely, yeah.
It is that type of way. Yeah, it raises. It just depends on the person. Also, if you have the intention to smoke it, to use it for your spiritual journey and for your gifts, then that'll help you raise your dimension or your vibration, you could say. But some people just can't handle weed, you know. So it just depends on the person. But I personally channel better when I smoke.
So I do too. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest about something. I use it for my mental illness. Like, I have extreme panic and anxiety disorder. I use it, and it helps me through a lot. Plus, because I pick up a lot of energy where I go, and I'm tapped in all the time, it helps me stay in a meditative state. Yeah. And when we're in a meditative state, we can pick up messages much easier.
And that's Marv who's saying that, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what you think, Rosie?
Well, I agree with both Marv and of course, she's right. It does give me, what were we saying?
You agree with her.
You know, but and I'm gonna be honest about something too. Like, I'm in recovery, and I have it. I'm a savage ass dope fiend. Like, for over a decade. And
me too, Marv.
So I also know I'm a spiritual warrior right now, and the only way I got like that is I know marijuana has helped me so much with my PTSD, with my anxiety, with my depression. Like, and I want to not look at it as something that we do to party with, because I do it to seriously maintain a neutral state of mind, and it helps me in my daily life.
It's legitimately a medication.
Absolutely.
It's earth plant medicine.
Yeah.
That's what people call it in the spiritual community. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Actually, that's right.
So they're here to give us all that. You know, I got so many questions. I'm actually even gonna. I'll bring up my topic in a minute. I want to ask. So with other things, do you think like shrooms? Because I've heard of stories where people use.
I did. I tried shrooms like not that long ago.
So
it's different than before I woke up. But what's your question?
Rose?
No, that's Ash. But learn your voices. So my question is, do you think that shrooms as well would help you tap into a deeper realm or connect better, so to speak?
To me, it depends, because again, it depends on the kind of shrooms you get and how much you take. But for me, it actually really did help me within my journey, because if you really want to know, I saw a lot of things within my third eye, and it opened my third eye a lot more to the things that I'm supposed to be receiving. And I saw a lot, all of around me was rainbows, and that was obviously the high, but that's also seeing the higher dimensions. So it just depends again on the person, but it's something you don't want to do all the time, obviously. Maybe once in a blue moon, very little, probably I don't know. I wouldn't even want to do it again for another year. But
Ash, I have a question. Have you ever done counseling?
Counseling?
Yeah, you ever been through mental health counseling?
Yes, I have. I put myself in counseling in elementary, in fucking middle school.
Okay, so do you think that if you took shrooms and you did counseling, it would be beneficial? Because I heard that they're doing things like that in Colorado.
If I was the counselor giving them shrooms, or I was on shrooms giving them counseling?
If you were on shrooms receiving counseling.
I mean, it depends, because at the same time you're kind of distracted, but you could also take in information, but you're not going to be that receptive of it at the moment until after your high is gone.
I feel like with shrooms, I've always heard that what you're doing has to be a good time. You
cannot go in there feeling negative, because that's how people get stuck. You have to go in there feeling good and positive, this is going to be great, you know? That's how you have to go in there, because if you don't, you'll get stuck and you will have a panic attack and you will not have a good trip at all.
That's what I've always heard too. Yeah, but I've not done them yet. and so I don't have.
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people like us on our journey, like they tap in with that. But I'm gonna be honest. For me and my journey, like I feel like my body took enough shit in its lifetime.
Yeah.
I just have to do it, the meditative way.
So,
I feel like that's my journey.
Marv, you've never taken shrooms or
oh my God, are
ayahuasca?
you kidding? I
Or
definitely
DMT?
have. I've taken almost every. I mean, I'm in recovery. I took everything under the sun.
Wait,
Everything.
you've done DMT?
I've done a form of it.
Me too, yeah.
But I was so on so many things, like I can't even tell you the experience.
So I have a question on your with your journey through drugs.
Okay.
And so when you were on drugs and you smoked drugs, did you have any kind of spiritual revelations while doing drugs?
No, let me tell you something. I'm gonna explain it very simply. Alcohol and drugs stop me from seeing, feeling, hearing, smelling everything that I usually pick up in the world. It numbs me. And it's not, and drugs and alcohol were never my problem. They were like a solution for me. So I never looked at it as like.
Okay. So
I agree with Marv.
So you say that you were numb when you were on those things. Now that brings me to this point, because that's my whole reason why I think people do those drugs. I think when you have veterans in this country who get treated like shit by this country, by the way, when you have those people seeing such horrific things, that people go through such horrendous things in their life, I think they turn to the drug to be numb.
That's why I don't judge anyone how they kill sadness.
Can I say something?
In any way, shape, or form. Because what you're doing is a person's killing sadness within themselves.
Exactly.
It's not my job to judge. It's God. It's them and God's journey, and they will work it out because God loves them.
Exactly.
And I believe that with everything in me.
The other reason why, there's not everybody who does drugs obviously isn't in the wars or anything, but the reason that most people do drugs is because most people don't realize that they're very empathetic beings. There's empaths out there, like all three of us, and some of you could also be empaths. It just depends how you receive your life. Because that's why people try to do drugs, so they can get out of all these feelings and feeling like shit, and they don't know why they're feeling like shit, but they at the same time they don't know why, because they don't know the path of spirituality and what it means and everything. But it's because they're trying to erase those feelings because they don't know how to deal with them on a different level.
I have a question for Marv. So you said that all the drugs you've done under the sun, they made you numb. Being that you guys are in the spiritual thing, do you think you can really reach enlightenment if you're numb?
No.
Because it seems like to me that if you're not on anything, you're really perceptive to everything that's going on. You're really
you're not respecting your human experience, and that's not what anybody wants for you.
Yeah.
They want you to create heaven on earth because it can be done, and it starts within, and then it comes without.
But there, I don't. Well, first of all, here's my thing with you say heaven on earth. I think that's a concept, though. That's only creating a concept. It's a concept.
Not a concept. It's a mindset.
It is a mindset.
But
it's not a concept.
It's a way of life.
But here's the thing. What is your definition to heaven on earth appearing to the next person's definition? Like earlier, we were just talking about Trap. And I was saying, how Trap he lives a pretty free life where one considered Trap's lifestyle heaven on earth. He kind of makes his own money, got his own business, he does what he wants. One could consider that to be heaven on earth. Or one could consider living like Beyonce heaven on earth. Don't you think that with everybody feeling, whatever that perception is or whatever that mindset is, whatever that is could be, different. I mean, drugs, I think some drugs, people use them and that makes them feel like that's their heaven on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because their heaven on earth is not feeling or experiencing what they go through or went through or been through. And to them, that just could be peace.
No, so you're saying that numbness is peace?
For some people,
No.
maybe that's because listen, when you look at people dealing with, you say, let's I'm gonna make up a scenario here. All right.
You don't have to make up a scenario. She just said she was dealing with depression, mental illness, and this is a real life example.
Right. People do drugs to get away from what's going on in their life.
But they're technically not in heaven.
But what I'm trying to tell you is depression. What I'm saying is, when a scenario of someone seeing something or going through horrendous thing, like someone being depressed or versus someone being actually physically raped, you know what I'm saying? A person who's dealing with something that they have to deal, they turn to drugs so that they don't feel. And what I'm saying is, could that not be their version of heaven on earth, being that they're not dealing with thinking, feeling, or dealing with what they've been through?
Okay. Yes. Thanks for clarifying that.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I think so. I lived in a recovery house for almost a year. That's where I met my boyfriend, and I lived with a lot of girls who were raped repetitively. And the only thing they wanted more than anything in life was to get clean and be a mom again. You know, and I've seen girls get clean off the streets and live beautiful lives. So like, and I think that's a healing journey. Once again, it's for me, even it's trauma. You're healing. The spiritual journey is about healing trauma. Like you got to heal your inner child. And I think that's like a huge part of that's why they call it healing, recovery. It's like, I'm obsessed with bettering myself and living in a peaceful state of mind because I'm a crazy bitch. Like I'm a crazy bitch. Like real. And if I don't stay in a calm state, I'm not anyone that you know, and it's not good. And I played my life so much of being a bad person, you know? I just don't, I have to balance it. So now I'm obsessed with healing. And I'm obsessed with like healing everyone around me. Because you can see it, you can feel it.
I feel that.
And it's amazing. Like when people listen to you, they're just gonna listen to you, they're gonna feel you through you. And I think that's a good message to always like carry with you. And you can carry with you wherever you physically are.
But how does okay, so I know you guys are all in this spiritual journey together. Rose and Ash, how do you guys feel about that
question?
Yes. About numbing pain and it being nirvana for some
like
people,
I said,
or heaven or whatever.
It's not, to me, somebody who's done this also, it's not heaven on earth. It's just like you're escaping. And that's like a false heaven because
but that's what I'm saying.
You're actually disrespecting your body, but your mind might feel okay, but you're disrespecting your body because of what the drugs are doing to your body. Yeah. Your mind might be great, but nothing else is going to be great. And you're going to deteriorate little by little.
And the people around you too, probably.
And exactly.
What about you, Rose? What about you, Rosie?
Funny that you ask, because I've been listening, you know, taking in what's being said, and my period of growing has happened within about 7 years. And I got divorced 7 years ago, and I was Mormon for 30 years before that.
Whoa.
So to me, I was supposed to wake up quickly because within 7 years, in 2 years, I became an alcoholic, almost killing myself. And
as I take a sip from a cup of Hennessy, you guys, by the way. Literally, she said that literally while I was picking up my cup. I was like, damn.
But you know what, guys? It's different for everybody, though. I mean,
everybody has different mindsets.
Yeah,
I don't. Everybody know me. I don't drink. That's like literally. That's a cup of Hennessy. When the last time we drank some Hennessy, Trap? When you was at my house?
Yes, sir. Hennessy there, but we was drinking White Claws when we was up here, so let's not forget about that.
Yeah, but that's not Hennessy. That's not liquor.
Okay, you're right. You know what? That's the one is way better than the other.
So it should be illegal.
Sarcasm.
Oh well, good question. You think so?
You know, I have a lot of perception of, because I see so much. It's been so quick. I'm like, oh, you know, but it's been eye-opening, and I have so many different views of the same thing meaning I have a, I hate to say it, the 3D view, because I just hear things, I try not to watch, but of people during the pandemic, in my opinion, have turned to alcohol, and it's readily available, but yet it's still available, and it's one of the number one killers. And
well,
with
that's funny you say
suicides
that, because I think I was having a conversation where I was talking to Trap Brother, and we was having a conversation, and I was saying that I think alcohol kills more people than drugs. And the reason why I said that is because typically when people drink and drive, they may not kill themselves, but they typically wind up killing multiple people, if not at least one person, when they get into car accidents. And that happens a lot more than, because people who own drugs typically, now this is not a overcast. This is not casting a net on everybody, but typically the ones that's on the drugs don't drive. They ain't got a car. They don't know, probably sold it for the drugs. So I think numbers, and I could be wrong. Somebody let me know. Y'all hit me up, marijuana_minutes everywhere. Let me know what the numbers say. I guess I should look it up myself, but that's what I got y'all for. Salute. But I do think it kills more people than is reported.
Because I'll be honest, it's a problem. I have a problem with it. I really, some people don't. They just don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Some people drink.
Well, when
my kids, my girlfriends would go out and they'd be like, "Oh, let's split a thing of Pinot," and I'd be like, no, let me buy my own bottle. Yeah. Like, are you kidding me? What are you doing?
I don't want y'all shit. I want my own.
Don't are you kidding me?
That's thug life talk right there.
It would sadden me.
I mean,
you know what I have?
Marv, I can't hate on that one though. I like that mood though, man. Fuck that. I want my own shit.
It's just, I don't know.
It is what it is. But see, with me, I go through phases where I go extra hard, and then I can stop at any time, and I stop for months or weeks at a time. But I know everybody doesn't have the same struggles. I got different struggles, but it is what it is when it comes to that. But when it comes to these substances, if you want to compare them, you can say there's so many beneficial things for marijuana. It stops seizures. It's like the CBD has the anti-cancer stuff and a whole bunch of other good qualities. But you can't really say that about alcohol. Only thing it really does is like bloat your liver and
lowers your vibration.
But you understand the government is allowing that, so they have a lot to do with that.
You said what I was thinking.
With that being said, the Weekly Strand Spotlight brought to you by Dave Hilbrant. This is a part of the show where I brought to you our lone viewers who've been listening actually for the last couple of episodes. We have Dave Hilbrant, a long listener out of Orlando, Florida, who brings a segment to us called the Weekly Strand Spotlight. Y'all go check it out and make sure you come and hit us up and tell me how was it if you get it. If you got your marijuana card, y'all go visit the dispensaries. If you in somewhere where this shit is legal, holla at me. Let me know. Anyway, Dave, go ahead and tell them what the Weekly Strand Spotlight is.
We all know what that sound means. It's time for this week's special segment of the Weekly Strand Spotlight. Hi, this is Dave. And every week we try to focus on extra good bud you can get with your medical marijuana license. This week we're going to talk about one of my favorites, a great indica-leaning hybrid called Velvet Glove, which received a 4.79 out of 5 on the Leafly scale. This strain produces fast-acting effects, and quite often you will feel sedated and sometimes difficult to focus. Many classify this strain as the classic stoner high, often with higher than average THC percentages. Its fragrance often described as fruity, peppery, or floral. Medical marijuana patients seek out this special strain for anxiety, depression, and insomnia. Some reviewers have even described it as an aphrodisiac. Velvet Glove is an indica-dominant hybrid, which is made by crossing GMO with nookies. Most feel it's especially good for evening activities or afternoon if you have nothing important you have to do. This strain features a fragrant flavor profile of diesel and citrus. And growers comment that the plants have buds which are dense and sticky. Many report euphoria, sleepiness, elevated appetite, and a calming effect. Velvet Glove is guaranteed to please and available at your local medical marijuana dispensary. This is Dave for Marijuana Minutes.
All right, thank you, Dave, for the weekly Strand Spotlight. Y'all remember what I said? Go check that out and let me know how that is. Anyway, I think that the spirituality realm is a very interesting conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like spirituality in itself, because it embarks upon so much than one general thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like a religion. It's not based on just one thing. And I think that it reaches so many people. Also want to mention that these guys are here to promote their wonderful podcast, Highways to Healing. Coming out actually June 6th everywhere. Y'all check it out. They will be lit. It's going to be dope.
So what's the podcast going to be about, girls? What are you guys going to, because I know that Marv is heavy. She's like, I'm trying to heal everybody around me. And I feel that energy and I'm on the same wave.
You feel it? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the same wave.
Yeah.
Gang.
Rosie, Ash, and Marv, what are y'all podcast is going to be more focused on? What are you guys trying to do? What's the goal of this podcast? Who do you want to reach?
The goal is to raise consciousness of literally the world, but obviously we can maybe get that far, but it's still just literally trying to help people heal themselves and learn how to heal themselves and not get them down that road of doing drugs and going to alcohol and, escapism.
So when you say highways, you're saying multiple avenues. Is that the focus point there, Marv? Is that kind of what?
Yeah, I think, multiple highways and the fast way to get there. Like there's always going to be a learning lesson in your life. It's just like an easier way to accept where your weaknesses are, own them, and work through them. That's how you become a better person. And that's like a part of the healing journey. So, and I think that's someone everyone can connect with.
Well, unfortunately, you guys, Marv has to leave us, but I want everybody to tune in to Highways to Healing to actually hear her story from her mouth and actually take the journey that they're going to take you guys on to better yourselves and to help better those around you. Marv, I really appreciate you joining us on the Marijuana Minutes podcast.
Yeah, appreciate you, Marv.
Love you, Marv.
Thank you for having me. I'm really grateful to be in this space right now. So really thank you.
We look forward to hearing from you on June 6th. We'll be
Sounds
there.
Good.
I'm tapped in.
All right, bye.
So Rosie, what's your view on the whole take of highways, or just healing in itself? What do you think about it?
Like Highways to Healing, the podcast.
It really comes from deep within, from my journey and what I've been through and what I've learned. It's something that I want to share to help those who are searching, for an answer, their answers, whatever they are. I want to be able to help people to feel like they can say their feelings, and say what they want and express themselves. And we're here to help them learn and grow. We're learning to ourselves, we're ever learning everywhere. But anyway, is that a roundabout?
Yeah, I like.
I have so many thoughts.
I mean, my thing is, I like it. I think I see the message. I see the purpose. I see what you guys are trying to do and want to do and is actually going to accomplish. I really think that people need this, especially in these times. A lot of people lost a lot of people. People, died of COVID, or just other situations and stuff like that, And so I think it'll bring a great asset within the world.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Right,
and
right,
I
right,
like
right.
the whole concept of
Thank you.
healing and helping, and that's what it is. And in my regular life, that's what I'm all about, really. Because I have a lot of herbs and stuff in my house. I use it for myself and for my family members. I've actually healed my family members of illnesses using herbal medicine. And so I'm already about that life. So if you guys are doing this, sending a message, that's great.
We all have so many questions, and we're all here to help each other answer those questions.
Yeah.
Because we all have our own journeys, to share them. And it's all about becoming a unified world. And oh my God, I don't want to go further than that.
No, it's great. Listen. It's great. It's essential, actually. That's what it is. It's about people healing each other. For me, I will say this, at least for my part, in this the podcast that we're doing, usually the thing I'm here to do really is just enlighten and entertain.
Well, that's not just we're not gonna say just him. That's all of us. That's this whole podcast, Marijuana Minutes. We bring awareness to a lot of current events. We also talk about marijuana, and we also we have funny moments. We talk about a lot of our own personal experiences being blind and or visually impaired. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And we bring our own views into each topic. The three of us, we may connect, and we have that chemistry where we we're all funny together, but we bring different views to the table.
Right. We all have our niche. We all have our niche and our talent and our gift. And when it all comes to the table, you're a mastermind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. and I think with you and Ash, where you at? You still here with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Ashley, like I said, with you and her, with you guys, I think it's going to be, a great thing. Ashley, I wanted to know what you think about, the whole healing process and the healing thing. What do you think about it? Yes.
Highways. I like the name because, first of all, there's so many different routes to get to this point. If you know what I mean. There's so many different paths people take to get to the point of trying to be enlightened. And there's through trauma, through drug abuse, through mental abuse, through, abusing your own self, because that's how I got here. It's because I abused myself because I didn't like myself. And now I'm at a point with this journey that I love myself, and I couldn't be happier to finally live my life. Because before I woke up every day fucking hating it. That's what it's really about, is just stop looking at the external and going within yourself to the healing and lead you to feel like you actually have a purpose in life.
I think that's wonderful. I don't know. I can just really agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
What they're talking about, right? With self-healing and all that stuff. I agree with it. And you guys know what I do. Here and there, and how I go on fast and stuff like that, and I pray and meditate and all that other stuff, right? Do yoga and work out. What do you guys do for it?
So my thing with that is, with me, I listen to music, and I get alone time. What I do is I spend time with myself, even when having kids and being married, like I find that time to myself. Because I think that's a lot of time that, if you don't find that time to yourself to kind of just relax and not really think about much and deal with anything and have to figure out something.
That's what this podcast is for, to talk about all this stuff.
And that's the kind of message I see in it. You know what I'm saying? Because
I've talked to you enough to know that, Q, because I know you told me certain songs meant certain things to you in certain life, got you through certain situations and all that. What about you, Jackie Bear?
I like you. I listen to my music. and I do self-care. I may do my hair, I may do my nails, I may, before I moved here, I would like to, have baths, stuff like that, do my self-care and just reflect and think about myself and think about God and think about what I've been blessed with. And I also do a little bit of meditating. This is something new where, I just like to, sit and just meditate and think, and that's my thing.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy, but that's my thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ash? What do you do?
Everything that everybody else said. The thing about spirituality, people have to know that it's not a religion, okay? It's a way of life. And everything that you guys were all saying is exactly what this is. You go inside yourself, you spend time with yourself, you make time for yourself. That way your cup is full and you can help others without feeling like shit, because that's how energy works. You fill your cup up. I'll give you an example. I do readings, right? I do tarot and oracle and stuff. Like doing that, you're connecting to the person you're trying to read for, their energy, right? And while you ask to connect to their energy, that's also draining you. So you have to go and make time for yourself to refill your cup, and that way you can help another person and not feel like shit when you're done because your energy is so drained from doing that reading or doing that energy on that person.
Ash, are you a Reiki master?
Yet, but I would like to be, and it's actually not that hard. I do angelic healing.
Neither one of you guys do Reiki?
I know how.
No.
Okay.
I'm learning.
All right.
Now, for the people, please explain what Reiki is.
It's just energy work. Yeah, it's energy work. There's like different levels of it.
Hey, Trap, I don't need you to you sit back. Sit back. Let
I like that he knows.
No, it ain't for him to know. I didn't ask him.
Travis, we'll have to have you as a guest.
Yeah.
I thought you did ask. Yeah, I'll come on for sure. I'll come on your podcast.
Right on.
I'm tapped in.
No, listen. So, but honestly, I wanted to hear. I want them to explain that though.
It has to do with your chakras.
Yeah.
There's way more than 7 chakras in your body. There's like millions. Okay.
Exactly.
And the Reiki is to help you align those 7 though, and to also, heal them, unblock them. It's just depending. There's like, each person is different when they do Reiki. It's obviously to make you feel better. Some people, like the last time I got Reiki done on me, she saw in my throat, there was something in my throat. And because my throat chakra was so closed. And this is why also I'm glad that we're doing this, because now it's going to become more open because I'm expressing myself. And that's also what spirituality is about.
Exactly.
Really
exactly. Yeah.
Being afraid of people judging you, because you shouldn't be afraid if you're coming from a place of love and compassion, because that's what the universe is. It's just energy, and it's just love, and that's what we are, is just love. But there's so much corruption and conditioning in the world that it's turned the way it is now.
Well said.
Yeah. And it's not destroyed or created, it's just transferred.
Yeah, but Reiki is literally just helping you align your chakras.
Let me ask this question, you guys. Back to marijuana, and what are the different ways that people use marijuana in the spirituality realm?
I use it for when I'm about to do a reading or when I'm about to meditate, because it just puts me in a higher dimension.
Mm-hmm. So what about you, Diane? What do you think?
I was just thinking, I usually do it in the morning, because that's, when I get going, it's my most spiritual time. I talk to Ashley a lot during this time. And so I'm smoking it in the morning. And then, I smoke it all day, but it also calms me, like Marv was saying. It just keeps me in that even keel, and my third eye just seems to be more open, and I'm more aware, and I see so much. Yeah.
I feel the same. I feel the same way. I feel the same way when I smoke. Like when I smoke, I do my business very well. I'm well at coming up with great marketing ideas. I'm well at coming up with a good idea and stuff like that. I get my ideas in. I'm also really good at reading people. I read people very fast. A handshake to me is almost like me transferring pretty much a lot about you into my body.
Exactly. You're transferring.
It's interesting you said that. Yeah.
Is physical touch is really interesting. If you guys ever want to do like some weird geeky stuff about empathy and stuff, I would definitely put you on and let you know about all that stuff.
See, I'm going to go to massage therapy school soon, and I want to incorporate energy work with that. I'm trying to open my chakras in my hands for me to actually move things in people's bodies and help them, get rid of tension.
I'm your guy.
So Travis, I have a question for you. I've been doing chakra meditation because I have I don't know if you guys know Mandy, but she's my mentor, and she has been helping me with my chakras. Is that part of Reiki?
Yes, it is. That's all part of energy work. And when you guys were talking about meditation, have you guys ever been in a sensory deprivation tank?
I want to.
I don't. What is that?
Oh, do yourself a favor. It's okay. So, oh my God, yeah, it's gonna take your meditation to the next level. I've never smoked and went in one, but I did go in one, and it's just like a vehicle that'll get you to that zone. You guys have ever gotten deep in meditation? You can't feel your body or anything. It just feels like,
yes.
Oh yeah, like you're floating.
Yep,
Yeah,
it'll
like you're
get you
floating.
there.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, they have like the salt water. It's like extra concentrated salt, so it's really buoyant, just like the Dead Sea, except more.
I've heard of
and
this.
Then, yes, Joe Rogan, he does it. You can go watch his podcast and he talks about it. And but there's different locations in a bunch of different cities. It's a really intense situation. You guys should go.
What's it called again, Travis?
It's a sensory deprivation tank, and usually it's called like a
Because
float
there's
session.
no sound, no light, no nothing. It's
Exactly. And the water is heated up to body temperature, so you can't feel that after a while. You can't see anything, you can't feel anything, can't smell anything. So it'll put you in that exact zone where you want to be very rapidly. Like really,
Right?
especially if you practice.
That sounds incredible.
It's really awesome.
I'll be honest with
any around
y'all.
you?
The way he described it though sounded creepy.
It might, but
it didn't
there's
sound really creepy the way he's like can't see nothing, can't smell nothing, can't hear nothing.
exactly.
But when you're nothing, that's the point.
Yeah, it'll put you outside yourself. Exactly. And that's where somebody who doesn't meditate, it'll get you to the zone where you need to be quick. It's like a little leg up. And also they've done studies on it, and it drops like cortisol levels or what's that word? With the stress hormone, it drops that though.
It sounds like walking outside naked in the cold, in the snow, and rolling around.
Never done that. You want to tell us about it? What's up?
Okay, Rosie, wait a minute. If you don't marijuana minutes, we get it out. Rosie,
what happened?
You want to tell us something?
Happened? What's up? What are pictures at?
Rosie, I need to know what was going on.
I don't think I would be at my best in the snow out there naked, because I need to be impressive for the pictures. It's too cold for me to be at my best.
I didn't say do it in daylight or in
that
public.
Is real.
Yeah, but Rosie, we're not worried about who goes see us doing it. We worried about shrinkage. You know how cold it is when we run around some motherfuckers.
I'm not that secure for that yet.
No.
I'll let you do that.
Hey man. But listen, Ash, Rosie, I really want to thank you guys for coming on the Marijuana Minutes podcast. I want everybody to tune in June 6th for the Highways to Healing podcast. We're going to be brought to you by Marv. Marv the Martian is what we call her actually. And Rosie and Ash, they are going to bring you guys a spirituality podcast that is so well needed, I believe.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
But we appreciate it, like I said, and we will definitely bring you guys back on the show again, because it was a great conversation, and it's just so much that we actually can talk about that, time we ain't got enough time.
So
we got marijuana minutes though,
Can I do a shout out?
Go ahead.
Always.
I just want to shout out for you guys too to join our group. It's called Spirituality and You, and it's on Facebook, and it's literally just spirituality and you. You'll easily find it.
Yeah.
So y'all go join a great group on Facebook. They actually pass around a lot of knowledge, a lot of information. So y'all make sure you go follow, and while you go there, make sure you follow the Marijuana Minutes page too as well on Facebook. The group and the page is found there. But like I said, man, we appreciate y'all listening to the Marijuana Minutes podcast, and roll up, listen up, and stay caught up.
And gang.